responsibility. What is emotional responsibility? Let's get right to it. Emotional responsibility. How do I want to start, right? I must choose my emotional state, right? Not all the time, but all of the time, right? I get to, and I must, right? I am solely responsible for my emotional responses and reactions. Good brother, good evening. Good to see you, sir. I'm solely responsible for my emotions, right? I don't get to blame others for my emotional reactions, right? That's what we're talking about this evening, emotional responsibility, right? I don't get to blame anyone outside of myself for my emotional reactions. Nope. I am solely responsible for my emotions. My sis, Bettina, thanks for tapping in. I am solely responsible. I don't get to blame others for my emotional reactions. Also, here's another one. I am not responsible for the emotions of others. Yes, I'm kind. Yes, I'm loving. Yes, I'm tactful, right? Yes, I speak and I move with intention, but I'm not responsible for how other people choose to, stay with the words. I'm not responsible for how others choose to respond emotionally, right? That's not my responsibility. That emotional responsibility is an inside job. I choose my emotional state. I don't blame others for my emotional reactions, right? Now let's think about that, right? Now, how do I want to do this? Okay, here we go. So operating from that point, right? We're going to call that from that truth. If we're operating from that truth, then first of all of us need to repent, right? I'm always first partaker, right? Because I've been there, as we all have. I've blamed someone else for my emotional reaction. I've blamed what you did and what you said and what you didn't do and what you didn't say and how you didn't say it and I've been there before. I've blamed other people for my emotional reactions. But no. Those days are over. Like I said in the beginning, this is Adult Swim. We're having adult talk tonight. SJ, my folks, what up? This is Adult Swim. And so we've all been there before, right? I'm angry because ... I'm upset because ... You know, I'm sad because ... And those becauses are legitimate. They're real. Those becauses aren't fake. Those aren't weak. No, I was sad because you did and said this. That made me sad. But that was my truth at the time. But now that I've grown, now that I've matured, now I understand that regardless of what happens on the outside, I am solely responsible for my emotional reaction to the situation. And I often talk about changing my relationship with my emotions. And this is an extension of that. Emotional responsibility, right? It's an inside job. So yes, you said what you said. Yes, you did what you did. Yes, you lied. Yes, you didn't show up. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, you said that was mean and hurtful. That cut me deep. But how I respond to that is always up to me. That's my responsibility. And it's a sad thing that most adults will not take ownership, will not take responsibility for their emotional reactions. They'll read off a scroll, a long laundry list of reasons why they responded the way that they responded. And what I'm saying tonight is no, not here. If you're connected to me in any way, shape, or form, no, we're not having that. We're going to clean that up. We're taking ownership and responsibility for our emotional reactions. Because again, My emotional responses, that's an inside job. That's an inside job. So that's what we're operating from, right? So what do we do? How do we take ownership? How do we take responsibility? What does that look like, as we like to say, right? What the heck does emotional responsibility look like? How do I get from where I am, allowing everything and everyone outside of me to dictate to me my emotional state? Oh, wait a minute. We might have to stay there for a quick second. We need to move from allowing everything and everyone outside of us dictate to us our emotional. You're going to let other people, places, and things tell you how to feel? Tell you how to feel. And it isn't easy. And by no means am I throwing stones, because again, I'm first partaker. Anytime I'm sharing something, I'm talking to me first. God will give me something for me to do some self-reflection, and then I'll grab it and I'll run tell that, right? So, no. It's not the weather. It's not all the doom and gloom on the news. It's not the things on my timeline. Y'all see me scroll. It's not the things on my timeline. It's not you guys. It's not my wife. It's not my children. It's not my granddaughters. No. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for my emotional responses. And I have to own that. No longer can I feel justified in my responses to you. So what, you were mean? I have a responsibility to respond accordingly. According to what? According to who I am and according to my identity. Right? I have to take ownership for that. So you can cut and flip and talk as crazy as you want, but I'm responsible for how I respond to you and respond to that. Now, this sounds taxing. Someone is like, whoa, hold on now. Hold on, Doc. Whoa. But just think about what I'm saying. What I'm doing is, if you weren't sure prior to this, I just gave you permission to take your power back. I just granted you permission to snatch your power back. The people in your life that piss you off, they can't do it anymore. You're taking your power back. The people that upset you and anger you and get you upset. No. After the night, why did I just hear Usher? After the night. Anyway, we're not giving them that power anymore. We're taking that back. We're taking our power back. You no longer get to upset me. You no longer get to make me angry. You no longer get to dictate to me how I'm going to feel. Nope. Those days are over. I'm taking my power back. It's like, all right, well, get to it. How the heck do I do that, right? First of all, we have to own that truth. I am responsible, right? My state, my mental and emotional state is my responsibility. I own it fully. You don't get to dictate to me my mental or emotional state. No one. Now that's challenging. And we're not going to score 100%. But if right now we're at 0 and we allow everything to dictate to us how we feel, and we step it up to 50%, imagine the energy that we just freed up. We just freed up energy to do so many other things. We just elevated when we did that, right? So stay with me. So what do we do? What does that look like? How the heck do I get from where I am to where I want to be? So we're going to walk through a couple of steps, right? The first thing is awareness, right? Self-awareness. Emotional responsibility begins with self-awareness. What are you talking about? Self-awareness, right? The ability for me to recognize and understand the emotions as they show up. When it arises, I recognize it. I often use the example of the emotion knocking at my door. And when it knocks at my door, right, I acknowledge it. I check it out. I see, just like someone come to your door. You want to, what's up? How you acknowledge it. You stop it at the door. It's funny. I was just talking about this yesterday in a slightly different manner. But anyway, right? Pardon me, self-awareness, right? I have to grow and mature to a point where I'm able to recognize and understand these emotions as they arise, not later on. Oh man, my bad. No. In the moment, when I get triggered, I have to catch it right there. Whoa, that just triggered me. What is that? What did that just connected with something inside of me, and it elicited a response. Whoa. No. Because I remember I get to choose my response. So once upon a time, there was a response I had ready. The usual and customary, right? This happens, I do this. This happens, I do this. But now I'm saying, no. I'm erasing that. And I'm rewiring the situation. And now when I'm triggered, right, I'm taking a moment to acknowledge it. I'm recognizing what's going on. I'm understanding the situation. And I'm deciding how I want to feel. I'm deciding which emotions I want to tap into. I'm deciding how much power I'm going to give this particular situation, this particular person, place, or thing that just triggered me. Self-awareness, baby. Self-awareness. So what else does that mean? I used this word several times just now, pardon me, trigger. So along with self-awareness, you got to learn your triggers. You have to learn your triggers. I don't have to learn your triggers. See, we go around trying to get on everybody and put everyone in their place and tell them how they're supposed to conduct themselves because this is a thing for me. So you know you are, and you need. Who do we think we are? The audacity. No. I need to learn my own triggers and I need to govern myself accordingly. I'm just going to walk around telling everybody how they need to conduct themselves. And you need to act this way because when you don't act this way, it makes me feel this way. So I need you to change and I need you to change and I need you to fix and I need you to fix and I need you to start and I need you to stop and I need you to. Where is the personal responsibility in that? It's non-existent. So no. You need to learn your own triggers and then you need to investigate those triggers. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it that when this person does this, why does it make me feel this way? What's in me that them looking at me a certain way bubbles up, anger starts to bubble up inside of me? What is, I need to deal with that. That little look they gave me was but a light thing. The real issue here is why did that look? What did that connect with on the inside of me? What unhealed part of me, what broken part of me connected to that? That's the real issue. That's the thing that we have to recognize. So we have to become self-aware and we have to learn our triggers, right? And then we have to investigate those triggers. Don't be learning your triggers just so you could tell everybody around you what the trigger is so they could change their behavior. No, I can make whatever face I want. You need to deal with what's going on inside of you. That my face is pulling right? That's causing you to want to. That's a you thing. That's your responsibility. Come on, y'all. Talking about emotional responsibility tonight, baby. I told y'all this is Adult Swim. I'm going to get to the comments. And if you have questions, throw them in there. Throw like 5 question marks or something so I know to come to you or whatever the case may be. But this is Adult Swim, baby. We're talking about emotional responsibility. G, what up? We're talking about emotional responsibility. And obviously, I see comments popping up, but I can't see everyone, right? So thank y'all for the support. Thanks for the likes and shares and all that amazing stuff, right? Emotional responsibility. So the first thing is self-awareness, right? Again, I need to get to the point where I can recognize, right? And understand my emotions when they show up. And then manage them and deal with them accordingly, right? We have to pay attention to our emotional responses, right? Just because this happened, We almost feel like we have a right to, I have a right to respond or react or treat you a particular way because you did a particular thing. Really? Then what? Really? Is that how we doing it? Again, I'm talking to me first. Only face I see is mine. I'm talking to me first. Is that what we doing? Some of us out here standing at the podium, giving speeches, having family meetings, sitting our significant other down, telling everybody at the job, letting everyone we're connected to know how they need to change because their behavior, because who they are is making me feel or respond a particular way. No. No. The boy came on TikTok and said, no, those days are over. We're talking about personal responsibility. We're talking about taking ownership for our own crap. I'm responsible for my emotions. That's an inside job. No one else has that responsibility but me. I challenge you guys to adopt that philosophy. Watch your life transform. I promise you. So, yes, self-aware. Thank you, Bettina. You always on it. Thank you. You guys are the best, right? So of course, we have, it's my brain, I'm going. I had 38 thoughts at one time. Self-awareness, right? Thank you. And then, of course, we become aware. We start to acknowledge and recognize the emotions as they arise. And then when it shows up, we acknowledge our triggers, we learn our triggers, and then we own it. We own it. We take full responsibility for what happens next. We take full responsibility for our emotional reactions. We acknowledge that this is mine. Yes, you said what you said. Yes, you did what you did. But how I respond is up to me. How I'm going to choose to feel. Some of us are walking around mad because what's the name has said. And we just walking around. Really? That's what we doing? Or sad, or this, or that, whatever goofy emotion, and it's taking from us. It's draining us. We got a leak in the boat. You poked a hole in your own boat because Sally looked at you funny because you been knew she ain't like you. And she spoke to everybody but me. You just poking holes in your own boat. And you wondering why you sinking. I don't know who that was for, but you're welcome. So, circumstances outside of ourselves, right? Exactly. I like that. Thank you. Circumstances outside of ourselves may trigger emotions. Sally not speaking, it made something bubble up inside of me, but self-awareness says, whoa, right? Responsibility says, whoa. I need to check that, right? And then I get to decide, right, how I'm going to respond. And Sally has nothing to do with my response. That's entirely up to me. That's 1000% up to me and me only. I know she didn't speak. I know she always making faces. I know she don't like. I know all of that. But how you respond is entirely up to you. And here's the beauty of it. Maybe you didn't realize this, right? Maybe you didn't realize this. Not only is it entirely up to you, but it's entirely within your control. Yeah. I'm not encouraging you to do something that you can't do. I'm not encouraging you to do something that's impossible. How you respond is not only up to you, it's within your control. So you can do it. Some of us weren't aware that we could. Some of us, we were just wired a particular way. This means this and this means this. So when this happens, I respond this way and that's just that. But now I'm saying, whoa. No. This Adult Swim. Emotional responsibility. No one gets to make me, he done pissed me off. He done. Really? Did he now? Is that what he did? So you basically are willing to surrender all of your power to whomever, wherever, whatever. Now those days are over. We're taking our power back. And we're taking responsibility. We absolutely have to stop blaming outside or external factors, right? For how we show up, for how we respond, for our state. You're going to let me making a face at you, me not seeing your comment, dictate to you what you think and feel, your mood for the night. Nah, we're not doing that. Don't give me that much power. I don't need it. I got my own. I'm taking mine back, and I challenge you to do that, to take yours back. That's what we're doing, y'all. We are, come on, y'all. This Adult Swim. Ooh, y'all got me thirsty. So, yeah, if you have questions, throw them in there. I see a question mark in there. I'm going to get to them in just a second. And the last thing I just want to kind of piggyback, right? All of these are in alignment, right? It's just kind of one steady flow that I'm sharing, right? Just realize that you have the freedom of choice, right? You have the freedom of choice. See, a lot of times, we were wired to feel like if this happens, this is the appropriate response. Not realizing that, no, it's actually multiple choice. Oh, really? So then I choose the response. I choose a healthy response. I choose the response that's healthy, that keeps me in the state that I desire to be in. And I'm not talking about like suppressing your emotions. Let's unpack that for a minute. I'm not talking about suppressing your emotions. That's playing small. Did that forever, feel some type of way, and I ain't gonna let it take me nowhere. I'm gonna just, no, I'm good. No, I'm cool. It's cool. I'm good. Right. And then the passive aggressive goofy stuff comes out, and now there's strife between you and the person, right? Because you didn't speak up, so that's a double whammy, right? We're not doing that. We're not going to suppress our feelings. So we're not going to give over the power to make us feel a particular way. And then we're not going to feel a particular way and then hold it down. That's a double whammy. So if you find yourself there, I give you permission to release yourself right now. You're going to let me upset you and make you feel some type of way. And then you're not going to even address it. So now you're holding that in. That's stress, baby. That's why you're tense. No. You're holding that. No, you gotta let that crap go. Stop giving me that much power. And by all means, if you do slip up and you feel some type of way, we need to discuss it. Come on, we're taking our power back. We're not playing small anymore, right? So we just have to remember that our emotional reaction or response is a decision that we get to make. We have the freedom of choice. I get to choose what happens next. I get to choose. You have the freedom of choice. One of the mottos I live by is nothing has meaning until I assign it meaning. Right? So whatever had happened was, I get to decide what it means. And me deciding what it means determines how I'm going to feel about it and how I'm going to carry on given what happened. I'm choosing what's next. I'm not allowing it to dictate to me what's next. Two totally different places, different emotions. I'm in control. I'm in the driver's seat. I have the power. I'm taking my power back. And I'm never surrendering it again. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about. I got to swipe over so I can see these comments. All right. I'm going back to see what's happening. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the likes and the shares and all that good stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, let me pin this right here while I'm looking at this. Clarence T, my OG, said, I'm definitely guilty of that. Join the club, good brother. Exactly. Take accountability for our emotional reactions. SJ said, we cooking tonight. That's right. Reese, the only way I know how to respond is cut you off, but is that healthy? Ooh, okay. That's the first question. The only way I know how to respond, right? Me saying that out loud, I know she like, nah, that's not really what I meant. The only way I know how to respond is to cut you off. Is that healthy? So, is it? Is it healthy? Is that really dealing with it? Now, again, I'm not talking about the over the top things, right? That 1%, the abusive person, the nasty person, the person who is intentionally just trying to dot, 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 right? I'm just talking about, maybe there's some areas where we butt heads, or maybe there's something that, you have some habits and some things that kind of, whatever, that don't quite align with me and who I am, right? So do I have to actually cut you off? Or do I have to, what's the word? What, do I have to kind of reshuffle the deck? And do I have to move you from this particular place to this particular place? Right? I have some people in my life that I love very, very, very much, but we don't really communicate. You know when we communicate? When they have an issue. I'm 911, and that's okay. Right? But I'd rather have it that way. Right? So creating some separation, I think I don't see a problem with that. But in that, right, if I can't create separation, right, if this is, let's say it's my coworker who's sitting in the cubicle directly across from me, right? What I'm gonna do? Just be the weirdo at work and not talk to them and pretend they're not there and just have this goofy energy between us? Or am I gonna decide how I'm gonna handle them? I'm gonna decide how much power they get. I'm gonna decide, right, how much time and energy I invest in them. Right. And then I'm going to minimize the sting that they have, right, that their actions have, because I get to decide. And if they're just who they are and they're just a jerk and a weirdo and whatever little cool names we want to throw at them, guess what? They get to do that. They get to be that. But I also get to be me, and I also get to create a little bit of space. But it doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be awkward. So obviously every situation is going to be different. But I would just say that let's be mindful of, this is goofy, so you're done. This is goofy, so you're done. And it's like, in some cases, you're done. But in other cases, right, I get to decide how much I want to invest. I get to decide, where you fit in my life. It's like you're the CEO of your life. And so only a select group of people get to come into certain meetings, right? So only a certain group of people get to come into the C-suite. So if that person is in the C-suite, they demote themselves, they get demoted. And they can get demoted again. And then guess what? They can get promoted. But as the CEO of you decide what that looks like. So that's my take on that, right? As long as you're in control, because don't cut them off because they're kind of in control. Nothing is external, everything internal. I love it, right? I love it. I love that. You planting your flag, everything internal. Right? And someone would say, well, external. No. I understand exactly what you're saying. Right? That's like when I say I have this mentality that everything is my fault. Everything isn't my fault. Some stuff had absolutely nothing to do with me, but everything is my fault. Because then that puts me in a place of power. Right? That empowers me to make changes, to make adjustments. And it puts me in the mindset of a problem solver. Because if everything is my fault, now I can search for solutions in me. In my thinking, in my speaking, in my behavior, right? Instead of, it's the weather's fault, it's this person's fault, you know what I mean? It's Bettina's fault, it's Erica's fault, it's Jose's fault. Thanks for the shares, bro, appreciate it, right? It's everybody's fault but mine. But when it's my fault, see, sometimes when the immature version of us sees that as a negative, but the mature version of us understands that when it's my fault, guess who's empowered to change it? Me, because if it's your fault, I got to wait on you to fix it. If I say it's all Dina's fault, I'm stuck. I'm powerless. I just surrendered all my power to Dina. But if everything is my fault, guess whose hands it falls in to fix it, to change it? Me. I can do something. I can think, speak, and act on my own behalf. I can represent myself in this case, right? But if not, if I give that power away, let's see. Yes, praise God. Am I in my right to decide to feel hurt? Well, so here's the thing. You get to choose whatever you want, right? But you have to think about it, right? What's the purpose of that? I always talk about outcome based, right? So when you're evaluating your options, right, and you're choosing to feel hurt, what does that do? What place does that put you in? Does that put you in a place of power? Or does that put you in a weak place, right? Does that paint you into a corner? You know what I mean? Or does that put you in a place of power? And you have to evaluate those choices. Okay, if I choose to feel hurt, right? What does that mean for me? I'm hurt. So what? What are my expectations from me and from the world around me if I'm choosing to feel hurt? Do I want someone to acknowledge that they hurt me? Do I want someone to apologize? Do I want people to feel sorry for me, right? Do I want people to, right, give me a pass for what had happened because I'm hurt? Like, what's the energy behind it? So you get to do whatever you so choose. But my whole point of this conversation is taking your power back. So I can't speak for that. I don't know. You could decide that hurt could be the thing that gives you rocket fuel, right? Hurt could be the thing. So depending on your mindset, right? I feel hurt. And when I feel hurt, I turns up. Oh, cool. As long as it makes sense to you, doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. As long as it puts you in a place of power. So if hurt puts you in a place of power, choose hurt, right? As long as you turn up, as long as hurt doesn't strip your power away. That's my thought on that. Let's see. Is hurt feelings losing power? No, your feelings are going to get hurt. So I'm not saying that we have to be like, nothing's going to hurt me. I'm a rock. No, your feelings get hurt. My feelings get hurt. But just because my feelings are hurt, right? What we've been guilty of in the past is my feelings are hurt. And now, right, I get to behave like 13-year-old Reese, right? My feelings are hurt. And so now, right, my sense of responsibility and accountability is diminished because my feelings are hurt, right? I was upset. That's why I punched a hole in the wall. Remember, I was angry. That's not something I would do on a normal day, but I was angry, really. And so what I'm saying is, right, hurt feelings are okay. That means you care. That means you're human. We all get our feelings hurt. The power is in what you do and how you respond to those hurt feelings, right? What are you going to do with that? Again, is it rocket fuel? Cool. Or is it causing you to put your guard down or for your maturity to dip? Do you give the keys to 13-year-old you? Right? Shout out to the 13-year-olds. I ain't throwing stones at y'all. I love y'all. But are you giving the keys, right? I don't give 13-year-old me the keys. I don't give 19-year-old me the keys. I don't give 39-year-old me the keys. Them jokers was crazy, right? They don't get the keys. I can kind of see what they talking about, but they don't get the keys. So sometimes when our feelings are hurt, we forget who we are and we let, that those hurt feelings connect with 16-year-old me, and then I give him or her the keys. So it's my take on that one. Yeah, it was a really good question. What's the difference between choice and suppression? So if I'm making a choice, that means something is happening. Something happens and I'm deciding, multiple choice. Okay, so it's A, B, C, and D. Okay, cool. I'm going to choose C because C is the one that gives me the most power. C is the one that lifts me up. C is the one that puts me in the position that I need to be in this situation. Suppression is pretending that the thing didn't even happen, right? My feelings are hurt, but I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to say anything, whether it's a fake macho thing or whether it's just an I'm not worthy thing. That's what I carried for years. Who am I to express that I didn't like something? Who am I to express that what you did or said hurt me? Who am I to do that? I don't get to do that. Look at all the mistakes I've made. Look at all the things I've done wrong. Look at the. So the suppression is us playing small And it's usually from a place of I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, or I'm not enough. And so that's the difference there, right? I'm choosing how I'm going to respond. I'm choosing. I'm not allowing it to anything or anyone to dictate to me what happens next. And what I'm surely not doing is sitting on and suppressing these feelings, because it comes back up. It's like a closet, right? If I just stuff in there and stuff it in there and stuff it in, eventually the door is going to blow open. And that's what happens. You hold it in, you hold it in, you hold it in, and then someone sneezes and then you go nuts. You black out on them because they sneeze. Well, not because they sneeze. It's because you haven't spoken up since last Thanksgiving and it's about to be Thanksgiving again. All right, let me see what I miss. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do. Okay, I think that was all the questions. I see the hearts flying, going crazy. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Let me see. It's 8:45. All right. Any other questions? Look. It's running out right there. Bam. Oh, it's still going a little tiny bit. It's my 30-minute hourglass for those who don't know. So, perfect. So, I got time for one more question. One more question. This helps me stay productive. She said throw that away. So, right? So we're talking about emotional responsibility, right? We're talking about self-awareness. We're talking about taking 100% ownership for how we respond emotionally. Your mental and emotional state is 1000% up to you. Own it, own it, own it. All right? Any other questions? If there's no questions, we can call it an evening. This was fun. Let me tell y'all something. I had no intention to go live this evening. I was running around. Today was one of those busy days, in a great way. Definitely not complaining. I don't believe in complaining. And I took my son somewhere and I sat down, right? Had an alert, opened it up, and literally without thinking, I hit the button and said, hey, join me live tonight. We're going to talk about taking your power back. Just like, okay, cool. It literally happened like that. And then I'm like, all right, that was like 6 o'clock. Then I'm like, okay, Then I'm like, okay, what am I going to talk about? Then I'm like, okay, take your power back, right? And then just like, that's it right there. Emotional responsibility. We got to own our crap. Oh man, look at that. She said, you picked my brain because this was something I was going to ask you. Perfect. So that's why I'm here, right? When you say yes, right, these types of things happen. And so I said yes, right? And I have to go with the yes. I can't, it's a big emphatic yes. And it comes with a lot. It comes with a responsibility, right? I've been up peopling all day. Those of you that people, you know what I'm talking about. I've been peopling. I've been having people dump their stuff on me all day. Several calls, different interactions. I'm a husband, a present husband. I'm a present dad. Got this teenager that I'm working with. Y'all keep praying, right? Got this 11-year-old trying to navigate 6th grade who I'm, on top of things with him. Got all these people popping smoke and 911 but I said yes, right? So I don't get to say no because no. I said yes. And so when you say yes, that comes with the yes, right? Yes comes with responsibility. That's a great question. And I have a person, right, who, if I need to really dump, to your point, I can do that. My brother, Keith, he doesn't use social, but I can always call him and talk through things. And he's a great encourager for me. So, I have a really, really, really great relationship with God. And so, I take things to God. I say it out loud, and then I'm a writer. And yes, I go to the gym every morning. I go to the gym every day, right? And that's my place. That's my therapy. That's where I get things out. I listen to books and podcasts and music that helps me to release. And so that's a daily thing for me. So, my self-care routine is top notch, right? And it's not only those things, right? It's moment to moment, the evaluating my choices moment to moment, right? It's like, okay,